the most stunning NFL story, because it's still an NFL story, that Bill Belichick is officially headed to North Carolina to coach the Tar Heels, 5-year deal. It's been rumored the last few days, and it comes together today, and it is, look, it's stunning that the best NFL head coach we have ever seen, after 1 year of being out of work, this is where he's got to continue his gig.
Did you think it was going to fall apart in the 11th hour?
I thought
suddenly there would be something else that popped up, and
I thought he would find a way to walk away, and then at the end of the season, an NFL team would magically hire him, right? Because what did we talk about last night? That hey, he's doing this because it's a win-win situation. He wants to get back into coaching, right? And he can call the shots here at North Carolina. If something happens and when it gets out that Belichick wants to go to North Carolina, this is where NFL teams have to know, hey, if we want Belichick in the offseason, we got to let him know. We got to send up a smoke signal or something, or we got to let him know somehow that he's our guy, right? We got to let him know. So they call him and say, Bill, we're not doing anything now, but boy, we're really interested in talking to you following week 17. Belichick would say, hey, this might not be the right time at North Carolina. I love talking to them. Maybe sometime in the future, blah, 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 blah. And then 2 days after the regular season ends, Bill Belichick is hired by the Cowboys or the Giants or someone else, right? So that was going to be the scenario. But if not, he knows after 2 years away, I'm not getting back in. I got to go coaching college football. And that's the big takeaway, is that there was no interest in Belichick from the NFL. Because if there was any interest, he would have stayed. He would have stayed and not. He doesn't want to go back to college. He wants to break Don Shula's record. When you're coaching at the highest level of football, you want to continue to do that. Yeah, do it in a new place and show the Patriots they made a bad call by choosing a future over you. This is what he would want to do. But he knows, and the NFL wasn't calling for him. And last year should have told you, anybody could have had him. And nobody hired him. Anybody. Come here, Bill Belichick, the genius. Yes, the last few years have been bad, and people remember the end, and they remember what happened to the Patriots without Tom Brady, and I'm sure that's what goes forward in a lot of people's minds, whether it was Arthur Blank or anybody else, that, yeah, man, he really just took that Patriots franchise all the way down to the studs the last 3 years. Yeah, I don't know. So last year should have been enough, but maybe Belichick thought, I'm sure he thought, maybe they just need some time away, and they're sick of me, and I need to do a little bit of rebranding. I need to make sure people know I'm a fun guy. I'm not this dour person, and I need to change the optic of me, because the optic of me right now is, boy, the last 3 years I went through quarterbacks. I made ridiculous decisions about putting defensive coordinators as offensive coordinators and all kinds of crazy stuff. So maybe I need to rehabilitate my image a little bit. So I'll spend this year. I'll go back. I'll go on TV, which, I can't stand doing it, but I'll go on. I'll look like I'm having fun. I'll pretend for the kids' sakes. I'll go on there, pretend I'm having fun. And then the end of next year, hey, I will be more of a target. I'll be more wanted. And there is no way that he takes this job if he was wanted in this coming offseason, whether it was the Cowboys or the Giants, because he's not going to come back for any job, right? He's going to come back for a job where he thinks, I can win some games, I can pass Don Shula, and I can succeed. Because if he gets a job back in the NFL, what was he going to get it for? 2 years probably? Because if you don't win for 2 years, they're going to say, dude, you're 74. We got to go on to somebody younger and something else that we're building a program for. So he would have to take a job that he knew, hey, I can go win here. None of those teams that would potentially feel we are a head coach away from winning wanted him. There's no way he takes this job without knowing that the NFL does not want me, and my time in the NFL right now is over.
Yeah, there's the Bill Belichick, the coach. If you're just hiring him as the coach and that's all you have to worry about, and I say that not just in his job description, but what reality becomes, then I've no doubt that you could still have conversations with NFL teams. The problem is, what team that might think they're on the threshold of doing something great is going to suddenly push their GM aside, or in the case of is Jerry Jones, are we sure that he ever wants to go down the road of having a coach that would stand up to him again? That would look at him when he went to the media after a game or did his regular radio show, wouldn't show up in his office saying, what the blank are you doing? I don't think he wants that again. He's got a bunch of yes men. All good coaches, but not guys that are going to go and raise hell and potentially cause problems. In Chicago, I joke about the Ryan Poles situation. Okay, so take him out. Just say right now there's an empty slot and chair at GM. Well, Kevin Warren's made it clear he's running around yelling, I'm the captain now. Right? He's not getting anything done with the stadium, which was what he was allegedly hired to do. He got some tax breaks. Ooh, way to make some headway there, buddy.
Big business. Tax breaks are important. They're very important.
But in the end, it's moving at a glacial pace. So he may be 40 years dead at this pace by the time they actually get something done.
That's long time dead.
Well, it's Chicago politics,
that is
too.
A long
Chicago
time
politics
dead.
and the suburbs. Because
that's a great album title, Long Time Dead. That's a great album
good.
title.
Write that down.
Okay.
But all of that, and just keep going situation by situation, because several of the jobs, there's no chance in hell you're winning anytime soon. Right? You look at the Giants, that's not a quick fix. You look at the Jaguars, that's not a quick fix. You got a couple of component parts that are interesting, but overall, no, you're not rising up. Whereas here, North Carolina, whatever the 400-page manifesto was that he put forth and the structure that he's bringing back Lombardi, right? His old guy was part of the helping the coaching staff in New England, long-tenured NFL executive. Allegedly, the NIL money is going from $4 million to $20 million with the snap of a finger, just like that. Who knows how much? I'd take the over when it's all said and done, as folks that'll start piling in cash there. But he gets complete control, and he gets to build a structure and all of that. And for North Carolina, you're relevant.
Look, and I'll say
you're relevant for a minute on the football side.
This is the other part of it, is that he's got to go into this thinking, this is my last job, right? Because this isn't a 5-year deal, take him till he's 77 years old. But I am sure there's that twinkling in the back of his mind that says, if I win the next couple of years at North Carolina, Jerry Jones is going to call me, or John Mara is going to call me, or somebody is going to call me, and then I can get back to the NFL and spend the last 2 or 3 years of my career breaking Don Shula's record. Again, right now, it doesn't look great, but if he wins, I'm sure that's in the back of his mind going, if I coach and do it, I still keep that door open, however slightly, and maybe someone calls, okay, Bill's got his fastball back. We can go, let's go hire him. We're 2 years, if we bring him back, we just feel like we're a season away from winning a championship. He's what we need. We can see that we can trust him again. He's got to show that he's trustworthy, right? That's the thing. He's got to show that you can trust him building a program and being in charge of your program again, because he failed miserably the last 4 years with the Patriots. So if he does that, he keeps that door open just a little bit.
Well, that's what I was alluding to in terms of the coaching side. I don't want him building and assigning roles. That's your GM. There's supposed to be a partnership. And so that trust is, I think, still going to be a problem. But who's to say that between now and, I don't know, pick an arbitrary date, that there still doesn't occur that an NFL team comes knocking, right? Because desperation, depending on what avails itself. I mean, we make assumptions on the different coordinators as to who's going to be the next guy up. Hell, now his kid's the reason that they're saying he's taking the job. He wants to keep his kid gainfully employed and pass the torch to him. All of it, it's fun fodder, and North Carolina coming for your guy on the recruiting trail. Belichick versus Fran Brown. Let's go.